I could not have written Ready Player One if I had not grown up on a steady diet of Steven Spielberg movies. It would have been a different story, or I might not have written it at all. His work is woven into the fabric of my life. Everybody, I think, who dreams of making movies dreams of getting to work with him. It's a dream come true.
When I read Ready Player One, it was the most amazing flash forward and flash back at the same time.
I was born in 2025, but I wish I'd grown up in the 1980s. Like Halliday and Morrow, like all my heroes.
I suddenly saw a future that Ernest Cline, the writer of the book, envisioned.
I wanted a mission. And for my sins, they gave me one.
Mobile phones, I hate them. I just find them really irritating.
The horror. The horror.
Rehearsal, Mr. Merton.
Room 101 returns, tomorrow at 9 on BBC Two.
It wasn't that far away from what I think is going to happen someday.
I live here in Columbus, Ohio. In 2045, Columbus is the fastest growing city on Earth. But it sure doesn't seem like it when you live in the stacks.
There's a dystopian society and the fabric of our economy is crumbling. It's a good time to escape. So virtual reality will be a super drug.
They called our generation the missing millions. Missing not because we went anywhere. There's nowhere left to go. Nowhere except the oasis.
A music festival turned into a nightmare for some attendees when a gunman opened fire at the Beyond Wonderland Music Festival at the Gorge Amphitheater in Quincy, Washington. Multiple injuries have been reported, and law enforcement agencies are on the scene to secure the area and investigate the motive behind the attack. The festival, which features electronic dance music, immersive art, and costume performers, was supposed to be a fun and magical experience for fans of Alice in Wonderland. However, the mood quickly changed when shots rang out during one of the performances, sending people into panic and chaos. Some witnesses described the scene as horrifying and traumatic, while others praised the quick response of the security and medical staff. The festival organizers have not yet issued a statement on the incident, but they have asked people to stay calm and follow the instructions of the authorities. The Beyond Wonderland Music Festival is one of the most popular events organized by Insomniac Events, which also hosts other festivals such as Electric Daisy Carnival and Nocturnal Wonderland. The festival was sold out and attracted thousands of attendees from across the country. It is not clear how the gunman managed to enter the festival grounds with a weapon or what his target was. The investigation is ongoing and more details are expected to emerge soon.
Enter the world of Tomorrowland and let yourself be amazed.
It is pure pagan debauchery.
How the miracle of creation unfolds before your eyes and come alive.
That they defile the land, and because of these things, that the land vomiteth out her inhabitants. So now, as we have this type of behavior increasing at a breakneck speed, and in the sins of, in this particular case, America, reaching into the heavens, God's only going to put up with so much of it.
What is winding up Diane?
Magicians. I think they're quite needy people, generally. Whenever I watch them, I'm never entertained.
That's quite a negative review.
Isn't it?
Really?
Yeah.
I love it.
I don't. There was one. I went to a restaurant, and there was one that was going between the tables, between courses, and showing you a card trick. And then he'd finish the card trick, and he'd wait, and you can't just go. You've got to go. Oh, that was good. How did you do that? So you feel like they're getting more out of this than you are. I think it starts with parents giving kids magic sets. Because if you give a kid a magic set, that's like a starter kit for a psychopath, isn't it?
I never had a magic kit, I must admit. Is it a common gift for children?
For psychopaths, yeah.
Okay.
Before judgment comes. It's just the way it always works out in the Bible, every single time. When that happens, I don't know. Jeremiah 7:28, but thou shalt say unto them, this is a nation that obeyeth not the voice of the Lord their God, nor receiveth correction. And when you see the images of these things, it's like, wow, yeah, they're definitely not obeying the voice of God. Okay? This is unbridled just carnality and debauchery that's being glorified, essentially. And witchcraft. Really what a lot of this boils down to is witchcraft. Is what they're participating in a mass witchcraft event. Ultimately, the goal of Satan regarding that also would be to usher in the Antichrist and false prophet through all of this negative energy that devils and demons literally feed off of. The common denominator of the one world religion under Antichrist. You can take an amalgamation of every single false Black Death cult, whatever ism you want to pick, Buddhism, Catholicism, whatever. All of these works-based death cults, and amalgamate them into one system with witchcraft as its backbone, and that is what I believe will be the coming one world religion under Antichrist and false prophet. I mean, this whole concert is nothing but pure evil. What goes on there the whole weekend is pretty much all pure evil.
The NTSB is now joining the investigation into the Titanic sub tragedy. They're trying to figure out what went terribly wrong, killing all 5 people on board. This comes as there are new questions about the safety of that sub. ABC's Melissa Don has the latest, including what one man who almost ended up on that sub is now saying.
An investigation into the catastrophic implosion of the Ocean Gate submersible is ongoing after the journey to tour the Titanic wreckage ended in tragedy for the 5 on board.
I'm sure they won't be able to say we're 100% sure that this exact thing is the cause.
Industry experts had warned Ocean Gate's experimental approach of using carbon fiber construction could lead to catastrophe for Titan. But CEO Stockton Rush pushed forward with his sub without certification, what they call classing.
We've made thousands and thousands and thousands of dives and have never had an incident. So this is the first time, and the smoking gun is this is the first time by a submarine that wasn't classed.
It was a bitter cold but sparkling clear morning at Cape Canaveral. Here, the last seconds of the countdown.
3, 2, 1, and liftoff. Liftoff of the 25th Space Shuttle mission, and it has cleared the tower.
All the communications between the shuttle and mission control indicated everything was going fine. There was a sense of relief that the much-delayed flight was finally underway.
Engines at 65%, 3 engines running normally, 3 good fuel cells, 3 good APUs. Engines throttling up, 3 engines now at 104%. Challenger, go at throttle up. Challenger, go at throttle up.
It happened just over 1 minute into flight.
1 minute, 15 seconds. Velocity 2,900 feet per second. Altitude 9 nautical miles. Downrange distance 7 nautical miles.
From mission control, silence. Then the bland, chilling report.
We have a report from the flight dynamics officer that the vehicle has exploded. Flight director confirms that. We are looking at checking with the recovery forces to see what can be done at this point.
At 11:40 a.m. this morning, space program experienced a national tragedy with the explosion of the Space Shuttle Challenger approximately a minute and a half after launch from here at the Kennedy Space Center.
Chose that which I delighted not. Psalm 97 verse 10, ye that love the Lord hate evil. The purest of heart can only find the key evidently to Tomorrowland, when it's the exact opposite. The event that they put on is, I'm talking like they are spending millions upon millions of dollars to put this on. So, what does that tell you? This must be very important to Satan.
In the heart of the wilderness, where the cover of night unveils the wonders of the dark, a remarkable journey is about to unfold. The majestic tiger prowls through the forest, stealthily traversing the shadows. Amongst the emerald canopy, a nimble lemur leaps from tree to tree, guided by a melody carried through the breeze. Slithering through the foliage, a snake elegantly navigates its way. As it slinks towards the nocturnal revelry, it seeks the rhythm that resonates deep within its being. and so they all converge upon a mystical haven where pulsating beats intertwine with the wonders of the night. Join us as we witness the cosmic equinox come alive. Welcome to Nocturnal Wonderland.
When you're in a party and you hear this, ravens, put up your firelighter, top. When you're in a party and you hear this.
Go forth and that this prosper. All these different images of this literal city that they erect in the confines of this Tomorrowland, nether dream-like Alice in Wonderland, Walt Disney, Satan world. This is a whole other level of satanic things that they're trying to do in order to get you as demon infested as possible.
When you're in a party and you hear this, M16 Night Rider. When you're in a party and you hear this, ravens, put up your firelighter. When you're in a party and you hear this,
I mean, it's just unreal. And one man is footing the bill, a multi-billionaire. The music is a techno music. Binaural beats is the so-called music. It's propaganda that's getting them ready for the world teacher, Maitreya. Likely candidate for some type of... He claims he's everything. He claims he's the awaited one world savior of all the major religions, okay? That's what he says. I'm not saying he's the Antichrist or the false prophet, but I do believe he's going to play a pretty major part if he's not one of them. 2 Corinthians 4:4 says, "In whom the God of this world," meaning Satan, "hath blinded the minds of them which believe not, lest the light of the glorious gospel of Christ, who is the image of God, should shine unto them."
Try not to understand, because it is impossible.
It's going to get more and more overtly occult as these things develop. I mean, Burning Man's totally in-your-face occult. I mean, that's just flat out, we're witches, we're here, we're New Age, we're here to work witchcraft. gathering together because there's more power. You know, this has been almost like programming that's been put into humanity's mind for a long time. Now it's more of a manifestation of this. This is just so far off the scale where this world is heading. The amount of time, effort, money that is being expended by Satan and his minions to implement his agenda.
A future that Ernest Cline, the writer of the book, envisioned. I was very careful with Ernie collaborating with me every step of the way to be able to find the movie narrative inside this dense forest of Ernie's profound imagination.
The Oasis being the ultimate toy box with all the toys in the world, and then playing that with one of the greatest filmmakers of all time. It results in just amazing action and such a fun adventure.
Ernest Cline is such a visionary, and I think has seen the future before any of us possibly could even imagine it.